The distinction between moral, civil, and ceremonial law does not exist, except in the minds of some modern interpreters. It's not a biblical distinction. You won't find this distinction anywhere in the Hebrew Bible or Old Testament. You won't find this distinction anywhere in the New Testament either. In fact, Christine Hayes, who's a specialist in Pentateuchal law, says that one of the most distinctive features of Pentateuchal law is its intentional conflation of these categories. The moral is the civil is the ceremonial is the moral. They're all bundled up together. They're all the same. There's a unique feature of Pentateuchal law. No other law code in the ancient Near East, of which we have several examples, attempts to combine these things. And this makes sense because of ancient Israel's unique self-conception as a nation of priests, for whom all of these are obligatory and necessary for the maintenance of covenant fidelity and the special presence of God in the community. Now, there have been several attempts down through the centuries by both Jews and Christians to work out a paradigm for thinking about the applicability of Pentateuchal law in this or that cultural situation. There are several attempts in the New Testament to work out the applicability of Pentateuchal law that fall on a wide spectrum, from Matthew's maybe do everything, to Hebrews maybe don't do anything, to Paul and Acts maybe do some, but this is never handled systematically or consistently. At the end of the day, this distinction mainly exists to give people permission to pick and choose what they're going to apply from the Bible to their lives without making them feel like they're picking and choosing what they're going to apply from the Bible to their lives. And so I think this distinction is somewhat self-deceptive. I think it's much more interpretively responsible for people to just admit forthrightly that they're picking and choosing. We're all picking and choosing. You can't avoid picking and choosing. People used to pick and choose. People will pick and choose. Picking and choosing itself is the biblical tradition. And as long as we're conscientious about what we're picking and choosing, and we take responsibility for the consequences of what we're picking and choosing, and ideally we can give some sort of internally coherent justification for why we're picking what we're choosing, picking and choosing is just fine. You don't need these distinctions. Nobody does. Go forth and interpret the Bible boldly. It's what the Bible itself would do.